Okay. Do the old check back if I'm echoing it myself. Am I? No, okay. Cool. Alright. Rayman Legends. We're playing the feud. We're back. We're playing the game. Last time we completed the game, the main maps, I guess you would call them the main stages, and now, as I said previously, a week ago, we're going to do the invasion levels, which are like time trial speed-based levels, as well as the final world, which unlocks after getting 400 teensies. I've gone ahead and done you a favor. I don't think the amount of teensies you get from the invasions is enough to unlock the last world, so I've gone and done some of the origin levels off-stream. Since we already played the entirety of Origins anyway, I didn't want to make you watch that again. So I've gone ahead and gotten enough teensies to basically get to the bonus world. So we won't have to go through a whole rigmarole getting there. So it'll just be the invasion levels as well as the final bonus world. And that'll be on the docket today. Yeah, so largely... Oh, and one other thing. I accidentally skipped a level. There's actually a level in the last world that we played that I just never completed. I guess I skipped over it. So we're gonna do that first. Anyway, I've been gone for about a week, and this has become a recurring theme over the course of like streaming, where like I'll be like, I want to stream at a set time at like 6 o'clock or something like that, and I'll be like, I want to stream at a set time like 6 o'clock or something like that, so I better wake up to be able to stream at 6 o'clock, and then my sleep schedule will get super screwy wooey. You're no good for me, brother Louie. Your sleep schedule is screwy wooey. And like, generally speaking, I'll be like, well, I can't stream today. I missed the window. You know, because I don't want to stream at like 12 p.m. or like 12 a.m. So I'm just like, oh, I won't stream today. And then that'll happen for 5 days, because I still won't get up at like a time appropriate for streaming. My stream schedule would just be so boned. And that'll basically happen for like a week until... It'll be like a week of no streams until like, I'm finally like, okay. Until I finally get it fixed. And that's where we're at right now. I fixed it. Until it breaks again. Until I end up playing like Civ 6 until like 5 a.m. in the morning. And I end up breaking my sleep schedule again. But we're here now. I totally expect a secret to be up here, but there isn't. And I check every time as if there's going to be one. What I've been doing in the meantime is just playing a lot of Civ 6. And a lot of Bennett Foddy's getting over it. Because after playing Only Up, and realizing how much that game is like Bennett Foddy's getting over it, I wanted to play it and be like, how are these two games similar? And what are these two games trying to teach me? I think I might make a video on it. I'm still thinking about it. We will see. Generally speaking, I've been having more luck on the job front. I found some promising leads for, like, occupations. So on the one hand, I'll be employed, which is optimal considering how long I've been unemployed. But admittedly, it also means, you know, I'm gonna have less time to make things. I've been pretty lazy about making things anyway, though, so I guess in reality it won't change much. So yeah, I think we'll get back to it. We're gonna come back with Rayman Legends. We're gonna finish this game up, and we'll see what else we'll play. I'm kind of in a lull right now where I'm like, I don't know what to play. But I'll try to figure something out. I was definitely in a state where I was like, well, I'm too tired, can't stream, don't want to stream. I was also in like one of these moods that I get into. I think I've mentioned this before, but I have like mentioned this before, and by that I mean I mention this constantly. I have a sort of, how you would put it, strained relationship with YouTube, and just the general way that, like, YouTube markets itself, not markets itself, but rather the way that videos are created on YouTube and how those videos market itself, and the overwhelming amount of content on it, and blah 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 blah. It's a whole shebang, and it made me feel sad and cynical. So I guess that was also part of why I was like, oh, time to take a break. But I think, like, also, like I mentioned before, I also feel like if I keep bemoaning every time I take a break, every single time I come back to the stream, it's going to be me being like, oh, I was gone because I was being sad, and it's like, alright. This is the same song and dance I've said for the past, like, I don't know, 10 streams, so... Do I go up there? No. I don't know. If I do get hired somewhere, I'll like try to tell you how the schedule will be affected, if like I have to change to the time when I stream, or how often I stream, how long the streams are. I'd been planning to stream when I was at my old job, but I literally just didn't have time for it. I came home and I had about 2 hours of free time, and I had to like eat and things, so I just didn't have the time to do much on my own. I really liked that job as a game tester, but it didn't leave much time for other things because it was so far away from where I lived. And that was weird. I thought my audio cut out for a second. And generally, it kind of depends. It's gonna depend on my availability on stuff like that. But whatever happens, I'll figure it out. And I'll let you know from there. Until that happens, though, it's gonna be business as usual. Which is, like, probably not very reassuring. It's like, oh, okay. So, like, sometimes very lackluster streams, accompanied by, like, a video once every 2 years. And those streams will also be interrupted by random and unexplained breaks. Alright, so with 400 teensies, we have unlocked the last world. I'm not gonna go do that, though. Not yet. I'm gonna do all these, you'll see on the side of these paintings, they're like these other paintings that have 3 teensies associated with them. These are the time trial levels. They're called invasions, or invaded, respectively. Each world has them for, like, almost every level. Most levels, anyway. And we're gonna go ahead and do them before we do the last world. Because the last world is just all music levels. The invasion levels are a lot of fun because you get to go fast, and the music's pretty hype. They're pretty brutal though. They can be pretty stingy with timing, and if you get hit once, it's over. The amount of teensies you rescue is relative to the time that you make. And there are shortcuts in each of these levels, which is like pretty neat. This is the speedrun section. The first ones are going to be kind of easy, but they'll get more frustrating later on. We might have to restart a little bit. We're not going to be going for like a master time or whatever. We're just going to go for all 3 teensies. The objective basically is to beat every level within 40 seconds. Sometimes you're going to be cutting it extremely close, and sometimes it won't be close at all. I remember some of them being insanely hard. You're gonna see me doing a lot of swinging at nothing, because when you swing like that, whoops, when you swing like that, you get a small boost. I died to the same person. I miscalculated the amount of distance I needed. Whoops. It also works underwater. Remember, the underwater time trials are kind of... Oh, shoot! We were pretty close. Like, on that one, it's not going to be close, but, well, the big downside is, if you mess up, you mess up. If you mess up, you mess up, you gotta start from the beginning. The upside, however, is, of course, no level is going to be longer than 60 seconds. So you won't lose that much progress. On the other hand, you may be stuck in a time loop where you're like, alright, I've got this level down pat, I know exactly what I'm doing, and then you'll just repeat the same mistakes over and over. There we go, that ought to do it. Yeah, that one was a whole 7 seconds off, so that was like, or no, it was more like 6 seconds. Still though. pretty decent. Like, there are going to be some levels where you're going to get there on, like, the 40-second mark. Some invaded levels are like Shadow Rayman levels, and the gimmick is that you have a little Shadow Rayman behind you that copies all of your moves, and you have to account for that as you are running through the level. It adds a bit of a challenge, but a lot of times you're just so focused on going fast it doesn't affect you very much. I'm a little out of practice. There's part of me that's like just trying to go fast, and there's part of me that's like trying to remember how I did this initially, right? Yeet! Excellent. The musical cues will kind of tell you when the level is about to end, and that's like the cue to start panicking. Like, I got through it fine. Might be a little too close. Okay. Well, the thing is, you have to jump on that guy, and I don't remember how much forward momentum you get. There you go. I'm still getting my bearings. Drop. I remember that much. You can jump over that spike pit. Like I said, there's shortcuts for every level. The shortcuts don't necessarily make or break the level, I think, but it definitely helps. It's very cool that they can design such a level to be completed in under 40 seconds, but also still have it feel comprehensive. This one I remember doing a lot, because I think it just has very strict timing. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. that's what we call a do-over. Some errors are acceptable. Others are a little too much. Oh no! Yeah, we're gonna have to redo that. Because the timing is super stringent. And that's even when taking some shortcuts. Like, That was a much smoother jump than last time. And it made all the difference. This might be a short stream. Like, these levels are a bit... Well, they may have been hard when I first played them, but, like, they also go by quickly. I guess they only are, like, a minute long, so... This one's a bit interesting in the sense that, like... Oh god! There's no wind there. This speed level is a little bit interesting in the sense that it's all about, like, carrying yourself at an acceptable rate. Because moving upwards reduces your, like, speed. So you don't want to move upwards too much, but you also need to do it sometimes. To dodge enemies or to get on platforms, etc., etc. Clearly something I should have done earlier. That one's molto bene. Did I get all the... That should be all the tinsies for this level, so if I walk out, it should give me the funny trophy. I did it. I won the funny trophy. I have a lucky ticket from somewhere. You don't get lucky tickets from those, so I don't know where I got it from. Alright. I assume later levels are going to be more challenging, so... I don't think we're just gonna breeze through it all. Oh, I remember this. I remember this being frustrating because the fireballs will just hit you. Again, a balance between, like, trying to fall and float. Like, falling is obviously the faster option, but it's also exceptionally dangerous. Ah! Okay. I will take this L like I am Luigi. Oh, it's right there. Excellent. I thought there was going to be like 10 more screens of stage or something. A real sinking feeling occurs when you get to like 40 seconds or something and you're like, oh, the ending's got to be just around that corner. And it's like, nope, another screen. Like, nothing hurts more than being in a time trial and realizing that you were nowhere near the close to the goal when you failed. Okay. It's fine that I messed up there because I know a better way. Bugler. Interesting that they have looms on this level when, like... These looms are purely to guide you because looms have no value in speedrun levels. Figured I might as well mess up since I wasn't going to make it. Come on, let me up there. Alright. Oh, I bet if I jump on him, I can get enough leverage. Enough leverage. I always call it that. Enough height to... Enough height to get up to that bounce pad. Well, that almost worked. I think I would have had it if I hadn't gotten hit. This is fine. Oh, I wonder if I jump upwards from there, I can hit the second pad early. I'm trying to think like these developers. Did I get hit by the duck? I probably could slam down on that, but I don't know if there's like really enough space between me and Shadow Rayman to do that safely. Oh, that worked out. Still my favorite sound effect. It never ceases to amaze me that, like, I don't know, streaming kind of turns me into a different person. Or rather, the way I interact with video games is completely different. Namely, like, I have a much greater incentive to react to failure than I do, when I'm not streaming. I guess that should be obvious, right? But, it's more surprising to me because were it my choice, I don't think I would react at all. I'm really not trying to overplay it, but it just kind of happens without me thinking about it. Again, I think it might be like this sort of weird psychological thing where, like, you realize that there's other people in the room or something, and you feel like you have to acknowledge that you messed up and apologize. While if it was just by yourself, you'd be like, well, you don't need to apologize because, like, it's just yourself. You're not responsible for anybody else. Well, that should have killed me. I had a nickel for every time I said that. I'd still be very broke because the value of nickels is very small. One, two. That was pretty slick. Again, I am kind of tempted to know, like, how much of it is the game being kind of easy, and how much of it is, like, my muscle memory from having played this game a lot that kind of makes the levels feel a little kind of, like, not super challenging. I mean, I say that after I've died a couple times. Or maybe it's just the fact that, like, once you do die, you're kind of just allowed to get back on your feet again really quickly. So it doesn't feel like there's a... Whoops. There isn't a huge pressure to get back up. Like, you can learn from your mistakes really quickly because the game just lets you overcome said mistakes really quickly. I was supposed to let myself fly there. Hold on. Like that, and that, and that. And they're called invaded levels, in case you couldn't tell, because they're invaded by other enemies from different stages. Like, this level is invaded by the mariachi guys, and the mariachi skeletons, and their respective snakes. I forgot about that part. To be a little bit better about judging my character's general height. Like in that case, I was not actually high enough to land on the esqueleto. Oh, it's right there. This level is invaded by like the water frogs. The invasion gimmick doesn't work so noticeably when like half the enemies in the game are frogs, I think. Like, this is already a toad-themed world. Right. I remember now. You can't hit the missiles with your regular attack, but you can hit them with fists. The gasp of anguish. I noticed in that moment, like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to land on him. Like, the moment of realization. Too much air on that one. Really needled the thread there. That should have killed me. That's what I was supposed to do. I think they give you a lot of extra time on the floaty levels because of, like, the inherent slowness of having to float around. They are not so merciful on the water levels, if I remember correctly. That should be all for this world. I think I have unlocked all of the levels, invasion levels, and if I haven't, they should all unlock by the time I get there. Okay, okay. I remember you had to do something like that, like you had to bounce off the wall. I'm really going into my memory banks here, trying to like, yeah, you had to do that. You had to bounce off a wall in order to be fast enough to not get destroyed by him. Oh no, he didn't pull me up fast enough. Up, up, up. Too much up. Only up. Only up's a good game, once you get past its weird eccentricities. I think we're gonna play that tomorrow, because I beat it off stream. And now I basically just want to show I can do it. Like, also, it's kind of just a chill little game once you get used to it. Like, I've heard people say the same thing about like Bennett Bodies getting over it, where like once you get past really difficult eccentricities, it becomes a very enjoyable experience. And I'm honestly kind of feeling it, because I've been playing both, and yeah, that's kind of how I feel about them. It is definitely an acquired taste, though, for both games. Ah, shoot. I really flubbed landing there. That's fine. I think I need to wait on that one. Wall jumping is just gonna get me killed. Yeah, seems like it. There we go. They do get a little harder. Definitely. Oh man, I leave my door closed for 1 second and I'm already I'm already sweating like a stuck pig. There's nothing I love more than describing my disgusting fleshy form in the most grotesque ways possible. Like when my overtly Caucasian skin begins to peel in the bright sun, I say as though I am peeling like a banana. Truly an appealing thought. Smooth like butter, caress your lover. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that zucchini portion really disoriented me. And if I had a nickel for every time a zucchini disoriented me, I'd be almost as poor as the time that I had a nickel for every time I... Wow. Lost my short-term memory. That was slick. It was smooth like butter. As I caressed my lover. I was unsure at the end there. Sometimes more important than knowledge is confidence. Is this the level with the weird timing? This might be the level with the weird timing. I see. This is the level with the weird timing. In order to go as fast as possible, I need to time this asynchronously with the level. The difficulty of there, of course, being that we're going to get all the timing wrong and potentially get myself killed in the process. Alright. Really funneled my way in there, into that one. Like, ideally there you're supposed to catch that rope by jumping on that guy's head. I did it again. Okay. Note to self, do not jump immediately at the start. Yeah, you're supposed to do that. Of course, my difficulty inherently was kind of like judging the overall distance. I was like, am I gonna actually jump on that guy or am I gonna get slammed in the face?
There we go. Okay.
Sometimes it can feel like a lot of these levels are basically trial and error. There isn't a optimal way to do them. Well, I guess there might be, if you're going for the best time possible. But Oh no. There might be an optimal way to do this, but generally speaking, what I mean to say is you can mess up a little bit, and you'll be okay. There are admittedly some levels where it's a lot harder to mess up and be okay, but they're still somewhat forgiving. As much as a type of level that you can only get hit once and not, you know, where if you get hit once you die immediately, that kind of forgiving. It's forgiving in its brutality, I suppose. You know, kind of in the same way that Genghis Khan will murder your whole family, but at least he'll let you keep your religion. Do we get to see the Luchador again? I miss him so. Oh, this is the weird one. There's like a gimmick to this. Or rather, like, hold on. Yeah, you can't do it that way, because they'll kill you. So you gotta be like... No Luchador this level. I guess it makes sense. This is invaded, and they wouldn't invade their own world, right? Okay, so... that's what you gotta do. Alright. Oh no. I floated instead of bouncing off the wall. That part's always a little tricky because you might just get clipped by one of the passing fuzzies. You have to jump immediately. Well, damn it. If I had been 19 milliseconds sooner. Oh, I see. I'm being such an... I don't need to wall jump there, I just need to shoot another thing. Well, that doesn't matter. I was able to cheese it a little bit by boosting myself. Doot. Doot. So much teensy royalty around here. Did I miss a major political event in the Teensy Kingdom or something? Alright, at least one of these invasions is going to be extremely difficult. I remember one of them being like really hard and expects you to go through like 5 screens in 40 seconds or something. Also, there are some of these that are just underwater. And that's always fun. I'm kidding, it's not fun. Because the thing is, when you boost underwater, you have a very limited control of your trajectory. You generally go in the direction you're supposed to go. But sometimes you'll fly in a direction you weren't expecting. Right, I'm supposed to... Either way is fine, it's just easier to go one way or another. Up and to the left. I know my lefts from my rights. Oh shoot, that's another thing. Turning at high speeds underwater is very slippery. It's not easy, huh? Glad I didn't miss that. Okay. That was very close. I heard the music coming to a climax as well. I don't remember how many of these levels are underwater. That may have been inefficient. Actually, I suspect that was very inefficient. I chose the wrong path. I think part of the reason why they put enemies in your way is so that way you will hit, and you will hit while running, and this will boost your speed. Oh, they got me. Okie doke. That was a bit bad. Definitely slowed a little bit there. They were dropping whole crates of little fuzzies on me. It was like it was the 90s and people were dropping their whole crates of unsold Beanie Babies on me. Like I thought they would be worth something. Yeah, we definitely would not have made enough from these invasion levels to get into the bonus world. I'm glad I went ahead beforehand and did the Origins levels. Oh, this might be the hard one. I remember the hard one looking something like this. I at the very least remember it having multiple rooms. Though, I also remember it being a Shadow Rayman level, so it may not have been that one. Hence why I was able to get through it so easily. Or maybe that level was just so hard that I bashed myself into it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I played it so many times trying to beat it that the level is permanently ingrained into my memory. This could be it too, though. Oh god. Yeah, this is it. Oh, that's the door. Okay. This is definitely going to take a few retries, I think. Because you got to do all of that. And then there's still more room! I arrogantly tried to jump over him. Yeah, I tried to jump over him, and that's not even the way you're supposed to go, so what's my deal? Okay. Man, no matter what, I can count on past me to figure it out. Like, it's like, if past me had not grinded on that level for hours, I think I would have had a much more difficult time here. Because I know that past me struggled for hours with that level, trying to get it under 40 seconds. but in that moment, I kind of remembered, like, this is the pattern. This is how you do it. I think the real trick to this level is just not hitting when you don't need to, because hitting takes time. Like, it's tempting to hit those guys and get them out of the way, but, you know... doing so is going to take time that you can better be spent flying. See, easy. All you gotta do is not get hit. Perfect advice for life and for Dota 2. A game that has auto-aiming. I think this might be another underwater level here. And if I remember, it wasn't especially fun. Because it's underwater. Hello. I am under the water. No, I guess not. Well, maybe not yet. Oh, yeah. It goes underwater eventually. Oh, Luchador. Always a pleasure to see you, compadre. I made a goofy. It's not that far. I've been really fumbling on the wall jumps. Let's try that again. It's definitely doable. Like, this isn't as hard as I thought it would be. Jump out here, dun 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 dun, bum, bum, grab the rope, then we don't have to do the wall jump at all, and then we fall directly into the pipes. Well, you can't win them all. In all honesty, it's kind of optimistic to hope you win one of them. I don't know who they were like, or what. You know, I kind of see it. I kind of understand why they were like, you know, Luchador. Let's give him the voice of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just feels a little weird. Not weird. It's just, I kind of get it. But also, like, I wonder what made them finalize that choice. Man, I blew through these invasion levels faster than I thought I would. I mean, I knew they were fast, but I thought I would mess up a lot more. Well, there's always still time. Well, perhaps not always still time, but there's still time for it. Now here's the para-dropping toes level. It's like D-Day but for toads. Your boy has made a mistake. Oh. That's probably gonna cost me. Again, the strategy is just ignore these guys entirely. Yeah, that was pretty close. I think honestly, if I had not messed up on that bounce pad part, we could have got it. Yeah, I think you're supposed to do that. Woo! Nearly got spiked. You can't actually destroy those missiles. Good to know. But there, easy peasy. There's part of me that really wants them to make another game in this style. Maybe make it a bit more challenging too. But, I don't know. I don't know if the Ubisoft of today would make a game like this. It doesn't seem especially... Ubisoft seems really concerned with franchising and live service models. So I don't know if they'd make a game just to make a game anymore. I think I was supposed to hard bounce on that. This level's interesting in the sense that it combines the laser thing from the 4th level and the temple from the 5th. Also, it's underwater. And that sucks, but we'll do. Surprised that I didn't die there. Felt like I magnetized to that flag. The amazing maze. I do not believe there is actually a maze for this speedrun section. I believe it's just maze related. Oh. Like, I believe it's maze themed, but it's still pretty linear. Like... Now I remember. The gimmick is opening doors. They give you a nice little wind trail to tell you where you need to go. Almost. What are we supposed to do that drum bit? Because clearly I need to get up there. So if I do that normally, he'll just hit me. So something's gotta change. Oh, that worked. Right. Come on. Really? Every time it's like 18 milliseconds. Boosting my way through. There, we should have enough time. Woo! Lightning speed. Oh, I remember this one. This one's perilous. Oh, they're giving you the trails, so that's how you know that they want you to follow a specific place. If you mess up the timing there, you will just get hit by the salsa and die. Fortunately, I'm a professional amateur. Oh, they got me. I vaguely remember this level. There's like this one part where the camera really pans out. Oh, it was right there. Like right at the end of the level, the camera really pans out. And I remember that because when I was making my video on this game, I used that for a shot to demonstrate how this game has a dynamic camera system to show that, like, unlike other games, the camera moves in and out depending on the reflexive position of your character in order to show you what's coming up next, so you don't run into enemies you can't see. Man, we're already here. This is the last invasion level. Oh, but it's hell. I guess that makes up for it. Like I said, maneuvering in the water in this game is not the best. So and now there's a current. Keeping up with the current. Oh, there's a lever. Wait, a lever that I won't be able to hit because there's blades in the way. Alright. And of course, to go fast, you're gonna have to go. Okay, so I need to go up here, put up the wall. Okay. I can see why that's the last level. Because it's mostly underwater, and therefore it sucks, and it's going to be hard. Again, I'm not really the kind of guy who's like, oh, underwater levels are inherently bad or whatever. I think they can be done well, but at the same time, I think that like the swimming in this game is like a little floaty and like a little, well, it's just a little floaty and a little hard to maneuver sometimes. So you end up with a bit of unintentional difficulty there. Anyway, that was all the invasion levels. I got through them a lot faster than I thought I would, because I'm just too cool, I guess. So what that leaves us with is Living Dead Party, which is a world comprised entirely of music levels, with a bit of a twist. What's cute about this room is that it has, like, the main theme playing, but in an 8-bit pixelated format, kind of bit crushed. This will become a recurring theme. Anyway, another thing we're going to hear is, do you remember the Land of the Living Dead? The Land of the Livid Dead, rather. Do you remember that I told you the theme to that? The theme to that world was really good. Well, Sick, nasty, twisted. Alright. Some real rock and roll banger shit. And we get the score of 321. I think that's the maximum score on this level. That's all of the looms on this level. So that is the last music level in total. And what we have now is 8-bit editions of the previous music levels that we have done. The gimmick behind the 8-bit editions is they try to psych you out with a bunch of weird gimmicks and ideas, and try to visually overstimulate you. The idea is that you have to trust in the flow, you know, trust in the music rather than your eyes. You have to trust your ears rather than your eyes in order to know when to jump, when to hit, because you're going to have your vision obscured. It's a bit gimmicky, but it's also a bit... Once you've played it enough, you kind of get it. And you really do become one with the flow, I guess, is what you would say. It's kind of like... It kind of has a nice feel of like being a professional musician and being able to play a song with your eyes closed because you just have the muscle memory. Also, it has a nice weird bit crushed 8-bit remix, kind of. They don't really sound 8-bit, but they do sound like sufficiently bit crushed and pixely enough. Oops. So, for the first level, they give it to you easy. They just put you through a fisheye lens, and it's not too hard. But the visual impairments become a little more difficult as things go on. Another thing to note is that in previous music levels, there would be these blue markers that would basically tell you when to hit, when to jump on the beat. Those are no longer present. You just have to know. Which you kind of should by now, since you've done this before. Oh, I missed them. Whoops. I underestimated that jump. And as you can see also, if you mess up, it's back to the beginning. No checkpoints. At least it'll give me another chance to get those loons I didn't get originally. Each failure a chance to grow, yes? There we go. And there, right at the end, they reset the fisheye lens, so you get a nice view of the ending. And your, sudden and unrepentant slaughter of the local populace and architecture. 337, that's one letter away from elite, as, as us old school gamers would say. No, on this one, they really liked it. This one, they don't give you a fisheye lens, but they're gonna obscure your vision quite a bit. They give you the old dad sitting on the satellite. Dad reset the satellite vision. I hope you don't have epilepsy like I do. I'll have you know, back in my day, all video games looked like this, and we liked it. I think I might have to redo this level, because even if I succeed, I think I missed all the rooms. And because of that, I'm not gonna have enough for the total! And I will not settle for anything less than a perfect score. Oh wait, I made it. Nice. I guess I won't have to overwhelm you with visual stimuli again. Just kidding. Mariachi Madness. Now in this one, in order to get the true experience, you should probably watch this section in 144p. This is probably the best of the 8-bit remixes, but it might just be because I like Eye of the Tiger. I feel like Mike Wazowski, like, look at me, I'm on TV! And then you look at me on TV and I'm like a 4-pixel tall blob. Unironically, the hardest part about that level is the flies, because it's difficult to gauge where your hitbox is when you're that pixelated, and therefore you kind of have to guess as to like when to start swinging your axe or like swinging your hitbox to hit the flies, and you may just mess up and they'll hit you. Like, I remember Glue Glue being a bit merciful because I think the developers understood that they didn't want to combine like really annoying visual mechanics as well as underwater platforming. So instead they just give you a nyuk nyuk fisheye lens. Kinda messed up there, but whatever. Game's kinda handing me a freebie, I guess. Yeah, so surprisingly merciful on the eyes for that one. The next one, though, I think incorporates a lot of different mechanics. I think they make it so, like, your character is literally a pixel. Like, if I remember for Dragon Slayer, they make it so your character is like a pixel tall. Fortunately, Barbara's green dress is pretty distinctive, so I can recognize her. There are no markers here to tell you when to wall jump, so you gotta make sure to know how to do it yourself. Oh no! I think I did that the last time when I was playing this for real. Or not for real, when I was playing the normal version of this level, I did the exact same hiccup where like I grabbed the ledge and then died. Gotta make sure to hold down the jump a little bit more when we get to that part. Yeah, 1 pixel right there. that part can be a little tough because it's, again, a little difficult to gauge out where the fire is relative to you. Now here, you depixelize mostly in that part, but not fully. If you notice there at the end, she was still a bit pixelated. Maybe there wasn't enough distance from where you jumped into the background in order to fully depixelize on like the filter they were putting on or whatever. And now finally, there's one last level, and it's the one we just played. It's gonna be a real whammy. Whammy. It combines all of the previous gimmicks and a few more. That slide downwards on the musical scale, that was perfect for when I fell to my death. Got a little eager there. I wonder if they kind of tip their hand a little bit here by, like, when they make the screen go all black and white and then pixelate everything, or static everything. I wonder if they're kind of tipping their hand as to when you should jump, because when the screen gets all pixely and starts... Because they typically do that when you need to jump, or need to hit something. So I wonder if they're kind of playing their hand a little bit. By being like, oh... Like there. And there. A little too early, I think. Yeah, I think I did it a little too early again. This is a cool effect. Rather, it's cool in the way that it's used in the time of the song. yeah, so that should be... That's every level in the main Rayman Legends game. Great game, 10 out of 10. Love it. Nor, I think I should end the stream here, because all I would really love to do would be the Rayman Origins level. But I played that entire game on stream. And the Rayman Origins levels, in case you don't know, are basically just a selection of most of the levels from Rayman Origins with teensies put in instead of Electoons. And I guess I'll show you one to kind of get you a feel of what it looks like, and also because I think it would be kind of neat if this stream mostly came out to around 2 hours. But in case you're wondering, it's mostly a repeat. There are no golden looms. Or there are no king looms, rather, because that feature has been omitted from the game. But, and for what it's worth, the characters, as you can see here, have been given more shading since the first game. So it's not a complete copy-paste. I suspect that these levels were included for additional content, because the game itself is a little shorter than Origins. It's still very good, but it is a bit shorter. I think maybe they felt bad about it. You know, maybe they were on a deadline or something. I don't know what it's like at Ubisoft. Ubisoft sworn enemy, we be hard. Oh, I hear somebody. Yeah, so there is like a teensy there. Obviously there weren't teensies in Rayman Origins. So instead they'll just have like particular areas with looms, or like bonus teensies in areas that weren't there before. So it's a very similar experience with some minor changes. The bonus rooms are still the same, as if you were saving electrons. Which means they're still kind of puzzles, but they're like definitely more oriented towards attacking enemies than like, I don't know. They got a different vibe. It's also very interesting because, like, some levels in Rayman Origins were designed specifically because, designed specifically with the mindset that, like, your character would not have the ability to wall run or to dive yet. But and while you can definitely go back to those levels and do that later, they're usually designed with that in mind, and that's really fascinating to see this game that just gives you that from the start. Is it just me, or am I missing like a lot of teensies? I feel like I've only gone like 2. Oh, I guess we're good. It can definitely feel lazy at times as well on these Origins levels, like where the teensies are placed, because like these levels were not designed to have teensies in them, so it can be kind of be placed haphazardly. Got him. Alright. This one is a little clever. But most of them aren't like that. A lot of them will just be like hidden in the ground or hanging from a tree or something like that. Come on, up. Alright. I missed the king somewhere. I'm kind of upset about that. Like, a little unreasonably upset. The thing is, if you remember where the original Electoons were in the first game, you'll know where the king and queen are, because they're just in the same spot as the Electoons in that game. Now, normally I want to end the stream, but at the same time, my perfectionism is like kicking in and telling me like, no, we have to get the King DT. Another thing to note is that at the end of the Land of the Livid Dead, or Livid Dead Party, whatever you want to call it, the end of that level, there was a spot for a character we could have unlocked at 700 teensies. It's just a golden teensy. It's a teensy that's gold. It's a nice accomplishment, but it requires doing all the origin levels, and I'm not gonna do that. That's the queen spot, so it'll be further down, I think. Further down the road. Like, that TC was just floating there. That's hardly like a puzzle or a platforming challenge. It feels haphazardly placed, because again, the teensies are not supposed to be here. They're kind of gimmies in a way. Whatever it is, the Rayman Origins section, well, it looks fine enough, like the shading looks decent, it definitely looks different than it did in the original. It definitely also feels a bit tacked on. You don't think it would be like down here, right? Ah, yes, my vague recollections saved me once again. Oh godness. Oh godness. The godness monster. Yes, this will satiate my desire. No, this will satiate my desire for completion. It's such a weird feeling, right? Because it's like, I'm purposefully not completing this game to avoid doing all the Rayman Origins levels. And yet here we are in a Rayman Origins level, and I missed one King Teensy, and I'm like, we have to go back. No. No fallen soldiers, we have to go back. No man left behind. I don't know, it's a different energy. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I still somehow managed to get 600 out of that, even though I was not trying. I was not trying to complete that level in any capacity. Well, anyway, that's that. That's pretty much the game. There's some other stuff, but like that was mostly the important platforming bits. No, I won't. I will not find challenges from all over the world. That's been dead for quite some time. Speaking of things that are quite have been dead for quite some time, thanks for coming to the stream. I'm gonna stream tomorrow, I think. Probably only up. And after that, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna stream from there. But yeah, it's getting hot in my room, and I did what I set out to do today, and a lot faster than I thought I would. So even though it's only been 2 hours, which is kind of short by my standards, we're gonna end the stream. I don't like outros, but I appreciate you coming out to watch. Feel free to come back again, I guess. Alright. I will see you. It's moments like these when I always wish I had like some closing statement to say something like really nice about the game, like, oh boy, this game was really great and it had a severe impact on my childhood, but I don't know, I always blank here. Needless to say, Rayman Legends, 10 out of 10 game, would recommend.